Welcome to Module 6, Suggestipedia and Community Language Learning. This week, in addition to introducing 2 language teaching methods, it's time to consider everything that we have learned so far. We are now past the halfway point of our course, and while we have analyzed many language theories and approaches, it means little if this knowledge is not harnessed to develop ourselves as educators. Towards this goal, the end project of our class will be a final paper, one that is a synthesis of our class together, drawing from all that you have learned in the course to formulate your own informed second language teaching philosophy. The 2 language teaching methods that we will learn this week share a common theme, one that we are already familiar with. They are both focused on creating a comfortable and non-threatening learning environment for students, as to eliminate any barriers that may prevent students from learning to the best of their ability. When you read about Suggestipedia and community language learning, I believe that you will think about Stephen Krashen's effective filter hypothesis, even though that theory came after these 2 methods. These 2 methods seek to create as low as an effective filter as possible. Created by Georgy Lozanov in the 1970s, Suggestipedia is a linguistic blend of words, suggest and pedagogy. But wait a minute, you might be saying, I thought this method was called Suggestipedia. And you're absolutely right, the name has changed, but both Suggestipedia and Suggestipedia are the same thing. Suggestipedia is a language teaching method that focuses on eliminating the mental barriers that prevent students from rapidly learning. Let's take a look.
Okay, good morning. This morning we're going to work with a reading passage. What I'd like to do is to ask that you get ready by relaxing a little bit. Just sit back. I'm going to put on some different music, and then I'm going to read. I'm going to read something, and I'm going to act it out for you. And then I'm going to turn the music off, and I'm going to read it again, but this time without acting it out. And at that point, I'd like you just to listen and to see how much you remember and you understand. Okay? So that's how we'll begin. You can just be taking a deep breath, being grateful. It's such a nice, beautiful morning today. You'll like this music. It reminds me of the early morning.
As you can see, this method is all about placing the students in a comfortable environment, really allowing the students to learn at their own pace. Give the chapter a careful read to discover all the ways that Suggestipedia attempts to accomplish this goal. Created by Charles A. CUIN, Community Language Teaching, or CLL for short, considers whole person learning, meaning that it focuses beyond the student's intelligence and also attempts to understand their emotions, desires, and physical responses. Similar to Suggestipedia, the central belief is that mental barriers, in this case fear of humiliation, prevent students from obtaining their full potential. In order to combat this natural dread, teachers must go beyond their role and become language counselors. Language counselors focus on building a strong relationship with their students first before they can begin teaching the target language. As always, these brief snippets that I provide on each teaching method are just snippets of the whole picture. Make sure you carefully read each chapter in our textbook to maximize your understanding of the techniques and principles associated with each language teaching method. This week you have another quiz and discussion board assignment. The quiz is on the 2 textbook chapters, so make sure you read them carefully before attempting it. The discussion board 6 questions are just like last week, only they're applicable to the 2 methods that we learned this week, Suggestipedia and community language learning. Also, there's a 3rd question. Number 1, what do you like and dislike about Suggestipedia? Number 2, what do you like and dislike about community language learning? And number 3, do you feel like these methods go too far in their focus on student comfort, or maybe not far enough? Please explain why you feel this way. After posting your answers to the above 3 questions, please read your peers' posts and choose one to respond to. Next week, we will dive into 2 more exciting language teaching methods: total physical response and communicative language teaching.